Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ B with Big Time Vapes. Welcome to the channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about a couple of box mods that I am quickly becoming a fan of. And what we want to talk about is first the Sigelei 100 watt box right here. And the second thing is the Sigelei 100 watt plus, which that's the packaging there. I've been vaping on both of these units for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now. And I'm really a fan of this particular box mod. And then what we're going to do in this video is we're going to show the comparisons of what makes these two devices the same but different. And we'll just drop down into the ditch and show some close-ups of it. So yeah, let's take a vape off this. Ooh, yeah. Good cloud production. Awesome. But anyway, guys, wanted to wish you everybody a Merry Christmas. If you've watched the previous videos, we're doing a holiday giveaway, and the deadline is this Saturday. And we're pretty excited about it because we've got so much stuff that we're going to be giving away to you when you nominate someone. But if you want to learn more about that contest, go down into our video catalog, check that out. It is really going to be awesome, and it's such an honor and privilege to be able to pay it forward to the vaping community, especially this time of year around Christmas. But enough about that. I wanted to do this video for the viewers that have maybe not gotten into box mods yet. These two devices, to me, are my favorites out of all the boxes that I currently have. Let's drop down close into the ditch, as I'm going to call it, and let's look at these things close up, shall we? Okay, so here we are up close looking at the Sigelei 100 watt box mod. Comes in a nice box container with all of your logos there on one side, made in China of course, and of course their website with a scan code. So let's open this thing up. And inside the box, of course, we have your device. And you also get a screwdriver and some extra screws here. If you can see these copper posts, that's for your center post, and some extra screws to screw your back plate on as well, but we'll talk more about that later. And then you get your standard instruction manual, your warranty card, and your quality inspection certificate. And we'll talk more about the specs on these boxes, and I'll put them up on screen when we go back out to wide view. Let's set the box aside and let's take a look at the device itself. Very clean looking box. It's, you know, it's nothing real fancy here. It's very square. It's got very what I think to be very sharp, not meaning sharp as in to cut you, but sharp corners. You can see how it's tremendously squared. And then on top here, if you look down close, and I don't know if I can get it into the camera, I think right there, you see that copper center pin in there. When I first received this device, it did not have a center pin screw inserted into it, so I had to take one out of the parts bag that I just showed you a moment ago and place one in there, and it is reverse threaded. Took me a while to figure out why it wasn't screwing down. It's because you have to screw it in reverse. So anyway, that is not an adjustable pin as far as spring loaded goes. On the back of the device, you see the two screw holes, which you notice there's not any screws in that, and this is a little bit, it's got a little bit of residue on it because I've been vaping on it a lot, so pardon me that I didn't clean it up perfect. But I don't use the screws because there is a magnetic back. If you see on this back plate, at the top and the bottom, you do have magnets built into this already, and it has been sufficient to hold the backing on for me. So I saw no need to put the screws in. That's more work that you got to deal with if you want to change your batteries out. So I left them out. And then of course on the inside we have the two 18650 batteries, and normally there's a ribbon here, a ribbon strap, but anyway, I'm not going to pop them out because I can't get them out at this time. So I use the high drain batteries, and these are 3.7 volts at 2500 mAh. It's a 35 amp 18650 battery, and you can see right there is what I'm using in this particular device. So let's put the cover back on. And it is a little tricky sometimes, guys, when you go to peel this back plate off. As you can see on the very bottom, we have the vents for your battery venting, and you see this little indentation here where you can place your finger tip and push it up to get it off, and sometimes that gets a little tough. On the side we see the Sigelei logo at the very top here, and let's look at the control panel side. Down at the bottom, as you can see, it says 100W, 100 watt. This is your fire button. Let me turn it on. And when it comes on, you'll see the logo on the screen, and then of course I don't have an atomizer on it, but there's your screen, and it shows you your wattage, your voltage, your battery, and what ohm build you have on there. Now this is your plus and minus button. If you want to increase the wattage, you press the plus. If you want to decrease it, you hit the minus. And let me slip an atomizer on here, and I'll show you how it automatically adjusts your voltage for you when you adjust your wattage. Now there's some devices like the MVP that you can adjust wattage and voltage independently. This is a little different. So as you can see, when I'm firing the device, it's at 4 volts at 0.4 ohm build, and I've got it at 38.2 watts. So when you increase it or decrease the wattage, you can watch the voltage meter drop down to 3.9. And this device will go ahead and take it down as low as you can. It fires as low as 10 watts, which is 2 volts. And of course it goes all the way up to 100, and you can just hold the button down and it quickly scrolls it to 100 watts right there at 6.5 volts. Now for me, my comfort level on vaping on these high wattage devices usually is around 65 watts for me, and that's using a high VG liquid. So that's an up close look at the first version of the Sigelei 100 watt box. So let's now take a look at the Sigelei 100 watt plus. This is the box that it comes in. It has a little pull tab. It's got Sigelei logo there on the side, and then it has all your information or your logos and stuff on the bottom of the box. So anyway, let's pull this little tab out. We'll set this aside, and here is your device. A little different compared to the last one that I just showed you. With this one, the edges are beveled, and you can see that it's got a nice shiny silver appearance to it with the silver wavy lines. Some people like this design. I like it myself. One thing that I don't have on camera to show you is that it comes with like a rubber silicone type sleeve that slides over the top of this totally, and it covers up all the designs, and of course it has the cutouts for your display window and your button, your fire button and your adjustable buttons down there, and it's like just a rubber silicone sleeve, which is kind of nice. This device is a little bit more narrow, and let me grab the other one here. and I will show you the size comparison between the two. So here's the first box that we looked at. So as you can see, you probably can't tell, but actually looking at it like this, it is a little bit thinner. It's not as wide as the silver box is. And then of course the other difference is that it has those beveled edges. It just feels, you would think a little beveled edge wouldn't make much of a difference, but it feels better in the hand than this one here. And really there's not much to show you on this. You know, all the readouts are the same, just like I showed you on the other one here. All the buttons are the same. And there is one difference in the fire button. You can probably see that this fire button on the original version is very chromish, stainless steel looking, and this one's kind of I guess you call it a gunmetal gray. They've kind of grayed it out. So, you know, that's the only visual thing. Other than not having the 100-watt down here, it doesn't have that. The battery venting is the same, and then of course on the other side they both have the Sigelei logos at the top. Now to go to the top, there is a difference with this. This is an adjustable center pin, and it adjusts with any addy. I've been able to fire all my addies on this without having any trouble whatsoever. On the original Sigelei here, I have had to sometimes adjust this center pin or adjust my center post pin on my addy for it to fit and fire it. So yeah, just a little bit of hang-ups with this one, whereas they have apparently fixed that problem with the floating center pin connector right there, which is awesome. And then on the back, you notice there's no screw holes on this particular model like there was on the, apparently Sigelei was listening to the users and done away with the screw holes. And this plate is a little easier to remove than the other. And of course the back plate on this model has two magnets at top and bottom, whereas the other device only had one magnet top and bottom. And so yeah, it's very clean looking inside. The battery I'm using on this particular one is an 18650 3400 mAh 3.7 volt. So yeah, just some minor tweaks to this particular device, and I'm a big fan. So you know, there they are, brother and sister as you might want to call it. Both 100 watts, both have the same wattage ranges, and let's go back up top. Let's vape on it, talk about it. We'll see you up front. Okay guys, we're back up front view. That was a close-up look of both of these Sigelei box models. I like these devices. They're really my favorites so far. You can find them at your local vape shops. You can also find them online. I know that there's many of you that have budgets and you really have to watch your pennies, and you can go online and find these devices cheaper, which there's nothing wrong with that. But here at Big Time Vapes, we've said it before and I'll say it again, we're a big supporter of the local vape shops. And you know, I often hear gripes about how the local vape shops are so high priced. And in some cases that may be true, but the thing you have to remember is that they're paying rent on their buildings, they have employees, they have overhead, so they can't be in business and lose money. So you're going to pay probably a little bit more than what you would if you went online. But again, nothing wrong with that. But anyway, you can typically find these devices, and what's crazy about the community of vaping is, especially some of these manufacturers, they release a version, and just when it's hit the market, it's within a week or two or maybe less than a month that they come out with another one. It kind of wreaks havoc on the guys that collect mods or doesn't have a lot of money to upgrade too often, so they go and purchase this just to realize that a few weeks later this comes out and the design on it's better and how it's put together is a lot better than the first version, and that can wreak havoc. And I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything new that's coming out unless you're very wealthy. It's really hard to keep up with everything, but nonetheless, you can find these devices anywhere online, in vape shops, local vape shops as well, anywhere from around $85 as much as up to $129 that I've seen. So, you know, just practice some good purchasing sense and do your research, and then find something that fits your budget and go with it. So I'm doing got the tugboat Addy on top, and you know, I've got a lot of Addies which I'm going to be doing more reviews of just the atomizers, and I apologize that I've not gotten real technical yet on these videos, but I will be. Again, it's me scrambling to keep up with all the new stuff that I can get in here that I can share with all of you, so that's what's consumed my time. But the juice we're vaping on, and we're going to do a juice review coming up on this particular juice. This is called Vape Juice, and it's a company that makes this and makes it in 30 ml bottles. They have smaller bottles as well, and they can mix it in any PG VG ratio that you would like. I prefer the max VG. Wonderful flavor, very robust flavors. One of my favorites from this line is the strawberry banana. And I do need to give a shout out to Todd Bowers. He is the guy that introduced me to this juice line and really got me hooked on it. And man, it's good stuff. I'm going to take a vape here. Loving the clouds. Hey, but anyway, I want to thank all of our viewers and all of our new subscribers. To you, new subscribers, welcome to the Big Time Vapes channel. For all the viewers, if you've not subscribed, please do. We really would appreciate it. We do this for all of you out there in YouTube land. We don't get paid to do these reviews. We do it on our own free will. And when I say we, I mean me and my wife. But anyway, come back and see us again. You can find us on Facebook at Big Time Vapes and Instagram as Big Time Vapes. And also, I announced this on one of the last videos that we did. We now have a live show that you can tune in on Vapers TV. Big Time Vapes on there as well. We're going to have us a good time up in there. So come and see us over on Vapers TV. We've not set a schedule for broadcasting on that channel yet, but we will be doing that soon. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much. All right, you hear me? Thanks for tuning in. And remember, vape up and ride the cloud.